Good morning, everyone. Myself, Srinivasa NT, Assistant Professor of English, Government First Aid College, Madhugiri, Tumkur University. Today, I will discuss the play Look Back, Look Back in Anger, written by John Osborne. Subtitle is Introduction to Look Back in Anger. First, let us see learning objectives of the play. Reading literature of drama is not just about learning about the works themselves, but also about learning how the world works. Through the exploration of literature, students have the opportunity to put themselves in other shoes, giving them the chance to see how people are connected and better understand the complex dynamic of the human relationship. Learning outcome. Learning outcome is it improves reading skills, fosters the appreciation, and promote empathy. First, let us see general introduction. The play Look Back in Anger aims to examine the general changes brought to Britain as a consequence of the World War II, including the damage, time, and catastrophe. Furthermore, the ways in which Britain in particular got itself in and out of this distress, then the reconstruction and rebuilding. Adding to that, few general reflection on the post-war period, the continuity of the main political parties, the impact of Labour Party, which was known as the left wing, headed by Clement Attlee and his cabinet, how they went ahead to lead one of the great reforming government of the 20th century within 5 years. First, let us see historical and socio-political context. John Osborne changes the landscape of the British theatre throughout painting a strong pictures of characters, giving them a realistic basis inspired by 20th century gloomy atmosphere. The play encouraged Osborne to investigate the time period of the 1950s, which was considered as the most insane period of human history, as it announced a cultural shift in the British history. The Angry Young Man. John Osborne's play was the first to explore the theme of angry young man. The term describes a generation of post World War II artists and working classmen who generally ascribe to leftist, sometimes anarchist politics and social views. According to cultural critics, these young men were not a part of any organized movement, but were instead individuals angry at a post Victorian Britain that refused to acknowledge their social and class alienation. Jimmy Porter is often considered to be literature's seminal example of the angry young man. Jimmy is angry at the social, political structures that he believes and kept him from achieving his dream and aspirations. He directs this anger towards his friends, his relatives, and most and notably his wife Alison Porter. The next point is the kitchen sink drama. The kitchen sink drama is a term used to denote plays that rely on realism to explore domestic social relations. Realism in British theatre was first experimented within the late 19th century and early 20th century by such playwrights as George Bernard Shaw. The genre attempt to capture the lives of the British upper class in a way that realistically reflected the ordinary drama of ruling class British society. The play describes 1950s life in an East Midlands bed-sitting room among the underemployed graduate classes. The extreme unglamorousness of the sitting alone represented something of a uh, break from theatrical tradition. The central character, protagonist Jimmy Porter, turns a sort of ran, rancorous verbal machine gun on all those around him, as well as anything and anyone that they hold dear. In Jimmy Potter, Osborne is engaging in the first of several exercises in self portraiture which characterize his major plays. Ja- uh, the, the portrayal is vivid. Jimmy Potter's language crackles with acid energy as he hurls a grenade of invective. He also embodies the uh, frustrations of the particular age and class, a generation of young men who had attempted to leave behind their working class origins using their higher education as the means by which to do so. The problem was that once these men arrived in the promised land of the educated middle classes, they found that the promise had been a hollow one and that the real worthwhile privileges had carefully been retained within the inaccessible citadels of a class ridden establishment. That at least is one version of the play's theme. An alternative point of view would condemn Jimmy first for his sheer futility and then for his general unpleasantness, finally for the nastiness of his attempts to dominate the woman in his life. Thank you.